So welcome to this video on Python Go, where I'm going to show you how to create a worksheet for use in the Key Stage 3 classroom, and in this case it's the topic of if statements in Python. Now down this left hand side are a number of share links that the teacher has created that take the student to some questions. In this case the students already answered the first question, they've pasted their answer as text, but they've also used the share feature to share their answer, and that's a quick way for the teacher to access the student answer without having to paste it in themselves manually. On the right hand side you'll see the students self-assess their work, and you might think, well, how do they know what the right answer is? And the share feature comes in handy again here because the teacher has actually created the model answers and shared them into this document as well. So let's play the role of the student. We're going to answer this question here and I'll show you where this comes from. So the first thing the student does is click on this link. It takes them into Python Go. The link contains the starter code for this question. In this case it's just some comments, and you'll notice we're loaded in as shared.py. Every time you click a link, that's what will come in. And if the student tries to edit this code, it will pop up a little warning to say, are you sure? Are you sure you want to overwrite anything you've previously been coding? In this case the student's been doing hello world, so they're happy to overwrite that and they can get on with this work. Let's get the password, then I'll answer this question, share it as a link and show you how they would fill in their worksheet. So the first thing I'll do is get some password from the user, and we can say input password question mark. Then we can do an if statement. If the password is the same as this correct answer, then we will print a success message. And it's good to get your students just to copy and paste from up here to save time. Else, same thing, print, and I'll grab this little keep out message up here, and I want to test this before we paste it back into our worksheet. You can see the password is wrong, it says keep out, and actually I can just go console only here. I don't need the turtle panel, I've just realised. And let's get the password right this time, let me in. So I'm assuming the students tested their work, they're happy with it. So the first thing I'd want them to do is grab their code, Control-C, and then they're going to go back into this worksheet and paste it into there. And I actually think it's a good habit for them to do this, to go into here and actually share it as well. It's only a moment's work. Let's actually say Bob Smith, pretend it's Bob Smith doing this work. And it's good for them to actually share it with a name. So I'm grabbing the name of this question, press share. And I can just put Bob Smith there. So you can see who's done the work. And if you press copy, and now if you pop back into our worksheet, and we can paste it in there. And that means I've got the teacher's sample code at the beginning, the student's answer, but also a link to the student's answer. And then the student could mark their work. They could do that by clicking onto these answers that are down here and seeing if they've got it all right. And I know from memory from just doing this that I did not add comments. I didn't put it in a constant. It might have been nice to have a constant with the password in, but I did ask for the password. There's a little typo there. Did ask for the password. I did have an if else, and I also had some useful output messages. So that could be an example of how a student might tackle a question set by the teacher. Now in the next video I'm going to show you how I made this question, and that will give you some confidence, I think, to be able to take Python Go into your classroom and quickly make worksheets for your students. And if you look what they end up with, it's actually quite a nicely formatted document and some good evidence of learning happening in your classroom. So I think you'll find that helpful in your classroom too.